Órale, Cholo, trucker, Moss movies and shows. And here we got the movie, The Bike Riders. Now, this movie, people were anticipating for it to come out, and so was I. Some of you guys got at me and said, like, hey, have you seen the trailer to this movie? I went ahead, I checked it out, and I'm like, oh, yeah, man, you know what? It looks interesting, and I'm gonna go watch it the same weekend it comes out, right? And I did. So let me go ahead and give you guys my thoughts on it. And I'm gonna do my best not to ruin the movie for you guys, but I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about it. So first of all, this movie is based on a novel of a reporter. I guess I would call him a reporter who followed the club from somewhere in the 60s to somewhere in the 70s. I forgot the years, but I think it was 1967 to 1974, somewhere around there, right? And that's where this movie takes place. Now, I watched the previews just like so many of you guys did, and I was expecting something a little bit different or a lot different, and it's not what I got, right? Not to say that I did not enjoy the movie, but I'll get to that in a second. So what happens is that Kathy, I forgot her real name, but the girl that you see there on the right-hand side, she's actually the main character in the movie. Um, she's the one telling, I would say probably somewhere around 80% of the movie. She's the one that gets the most screen time. She's the one that gets the most lines in the movie. She, in my opinion, is the one that is the main character. And I wouldn't say she makes the movie, but definitely it follows her more than anybody else. Everybody else is good in the movie. They all have storylines in there, and but not like Kathy does. Okay. And it's the whole typical, Kathy, she's not part of the biker scene. She's not part of that world, but she just happens to run into Austin Butler, who plays Benny, who I thought just from watching the trailer, I thought the movie was going to follow him. While he is one of the main characters in the movie, he's a little bit of a dry character. There's not a lot going on with him talking. He doesn't talk much. He's very quiet. He's just kind of this guy of like, I ride my bike, and I party and I kick it with my brothers. Everybody just kind of leave me alone. I do what has to be done. But he's a very, very dry character. There's really no charisma there with him. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you guys this, man. Most of the main characters, and when I say most, I'm really referring to Tom Hardy and Austin Butler, right? Because some of the other guys like Roach and those guys were pretty cool, but while they were in the movie doing their thing, Tom Hardy and Austin Butler were, I would say, the main two guys of the Vandals of the MC. And both of those guys are kind of dry characters, man. Not a lot of personality, especially Benny, Austin Butler, especially his character. At least Tom Hardy's character had a little bit more personality to him. But I'll be real with you guys, man. Tom Hardy kind of plays that character in almost every movie I've seen him in. When I saw him like in the movie Warrior, where he plays a UFC or an ex-MMA fighter and he ends up fighting his brother at the end. That's kind of the same character he plays right here. Um, no charisma to him. He talks very little, just all right, cool, not a lot of passion with him. And Austin Butler is half of that, or maybe even lower. So you don't really get a lot of personality when it comes to those guys. The personality that you do get is from some of the other guys, like Funny Sonny, Norman Reedus, right, from The Walking Dead. But he's not that much of a big character in the movie. And by the way, I didn't even know this, man, but watching the trailer, he's actually a biker from California. And I thought I was waiting, I was waiting. Well, also guys like Zipco, played by what the heck's his name? Michael Shannon, I believe it is. There's a couple of cool characters in there, but the two main biker characters to me are just pretty dry. Um, I'm waiting for the movie to really pick up, right? The story's going on, and the story's pretty good, but I'm thinking the story's really good because I'm thinking it's going to get somewhere. There's not a lot of the organized criminal activity. There's not a lot of the whole biker wars that go on. Basically, what this movie is showing is the biker club before it became a huge biker club, right? It's the biker club when it was still small, when, one guy was still able to have a lot of control over a lot of the members. And when they started expanding, all the problems that came with it and losing control of the biker club. Now, here's the thing. This is the biker club, the Vandals, right? They changed the name, but if you stuck around to the end of the movie, it would show you photos, actual photos from the reporter that followed this bike motorcycle club, and you could see right there that it was he was following the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, which is an actual MC. So that's what it's based off. Um, there is a good story to this. So I don't want to make it seem like the movie's not entertaining. You're just not going to get a lot of action. Okay? If you're expecting any sort of action, fighting, other biker clubs getting involved or anything like that, you're not getting that. Okay? You're not getting that. Basically, what the movie's going to show you is a biker club that started with a bunch of guys that hung out, party, and just enjoyed each other's company. Um, the problem that came with it growing and getting out of hand, and then it's like, okay, a lot of members are like, wait, this isn't really what we wanted, but this is the direction it's going. And, hey, all these new guys getting in, we can't control them, yada, yada, yada. And that's just basically what the movie's really about. And look, it's a good story. I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys it's not a good story. I enjoyed it. I was just waiting for some action, and there's not really too much action to it. Obviously, you got the love interest with Kathy and Benny, and obviously Kathy not wanting Benny to ride anymore and the trouble that he's getting into. And, she's over there saying like, stop, I need you, whatever it may be, the whole thing that goes with that kind of lifestyle, and the woman wanting the man to get out. Um, and Tom Hardy being the main guy, playing Johnny, being the main guy, and the struggles that he's having, not because he's some punk or anything, but just that he's having, because he's like, man, this is a biker club that I started, and it's really getting out of hand. And him noticing that, and just having a lot of struggles, man. And it was very predictable as well. I'll tell you guys that much. The movie was pretty predictable, especially when Johnny was about to go out and he had that conversation with his wife. It's like, okay, I could see what's going on here. But the movie was pretty predictable. When Funny Sonny said he came down from California for this other guy. I forgot his name. I think his name was Cal. So like, I'm here for him. He didn't turn in his colors from another club, so I'm here to jack him up, right? I'm like, oh, now we're getting somewhere. And that story never really got anywhere. It's like, oh no, I like you guys. And everybody just laughed. Like it could have been better, but at the same time, if we're gonna follow a true story, hey, follow the true story, man. And look, ultimately, I enjoyed it. It's not what I thought it was going to be. I enjoyed the story, though. It doesn't get to really much action. So, again, like I said, if you guys are expecting a lot of action in this movie or warfare with other biker clubs or anything of that sort, you're not going to get it. This is all about the Vandals MC and everything that goes on within the Vandals MC and the growth and the struggle of keeping the club organized. That's what the story is about. as well as the love interest with Benny and Kathy. And like I said, Kathy, she is the main character. She's the one telling the story for the most part, right? I'd say about 75, 80% of the part. She's the one telling the story in this movie with a huge accent, by the way. But that's my thoughts on it, man. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It's not what I thought it was gonna be, but you guys let me know. What did you guys think about the Bike Riders? Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys get what you guys thought you were gonna get out of it? I didn't, but it was still good. It wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be, but I still enjoyed it, man. Would I sit down and watch it again from beginning to end? I will only do that to watch it with somebody that has not seen the movie. Outside of that, me myself, just to sit down and rewatch it, no, I won't do that. That is the Bike Riders, Cholo Trucker, Moss Movies and Shows. Catch you guys on next one.